McDowell County is a county in the U.S. state of West Virginia. As of the 2010 census, the population was 22,113. Its county seat is Welch. McDowell County is the southernmost county in the state. It was created in 1858 by the Virginia General Assembly and named for Virginia Governor James McDowell. It became a part of West Virginia in 1863, when several counties seceded from the state of Virginia during the American Civil War. McDowell County was also home of the famous Rocket Boys, who were from Coalwood. History. McDowell County was formed by and acted the Virginia legislature on February 20, 1858, from what was originally included in Tazewell County, Virginia. 5 years later, the legislature decided to allow county residents to determine where the county seat should be. They chose Perryville, which was then the most populated town. The restored government commissioners, in October 1866, located the county seat on a farm near the mouth of Mill Creek, where it remained until it moved to Perryville in 1874. The debate over the location of the county seat continued until 1892. The town of Welch became the county seat. The county is popularly referred to as the Free State of McDowell, a name originally coined by a local newspaper editor to refer to the unusual politics and demographics of the area. McDowell County was nationally known for its prominence in the coal mining industry, setting production records, and was a major player in the state's economy. Before the industry's decline beginning in the 1950s, McDowell's population reached nearly 100,000 residents, third highest in the state at the time. It then reduced at a rapid pace in the following decades, setting the highest percentage in the state for population loss with each new census. Younger residents moved out of the county to seek better futures, leaving behind an older and increasingly impoverished population. Increasing rates of poverty in McDowell County led U.S. President John F. Kennedy to remark in a speech in May 1963, "I don't think any American can be satisfied to find in McDowell County, in West Virginia, 20 or 25% of the people of that county out of work, not for 6 weeks or 12 weeks, but for a year, 2, 3, or 4 years." While some hope from the McDowell mining economy had flourished during the energy crisis of the 1970s, in the next decade the county went from swift decline to collapse. Wildcat strikes in the Appalachian coalfields hindered producers' ability to deliver to buyers. Non-unionized coal production in the western states provided tough competition. The county's coal industry suffered yet again when a major source of demand, the United States steel industry, began its own decline due to competition with foreign steel makers, who employed newer and more efficient steel plants to produce high-grade steel at lower prices. In the 1980s, the Central Appalachian region lost more than 70,000 coal mining jobs. Between 1981 and 1992, according to the U.S. Department of Energy and the United Mine Workers Union, coal mining employment in the state of West Virginia decreased by more than 53%. No county in the Appalachian region was more severely distressed by these losses than McDowell County. According to the United States Census Bureau, in 1980, the rate of poverty in McDowell County was 23.5%. By 1990, the poverty rate in McDowell County had climbed to 37.7%, the highest rate of poverty for any county in West Virginia. 50.3% of all children in McDowell County were living in families below the poverty level, up from 31.2% in 1980. The major losses in McDowell County during this period were the result of the closing of all mines and facilities operated by the United States Steel Corporation, terminating more than 1,200 jobs. The economic impact of U.S. Steel's departure was particularly dramatic. Personal income in the county decreased by 66% in 1 year. Housing values in even the most prosperous parts of the county plunged to devastatingly low values. Individuals and families who wanted to relocate outside the county were left with little or no equity in the property. Many walked away from the mortgages and simply abandoned the homes to their lenders. Marijuana crops, drug traffic, fraud, arson, and in one spectacular case at the Bank of Keystone, major white-collar crime and embezzlement became factors in the unofficial economy of McDowell County. Officials also reported significant increases in the rates of domestic abuse, suicide, and OxyContin abuse. By 2001, suffering major losses of tax revenue, McDowell County public schools had fallen into physical decay and high rates of academic failure. Enrollments declined. More than half of the children lived in poverty. The West Virginia Department of Education intervened in December 2001 by taking over the county system, instituting emergency funding and reorganization. The state effectively repaired or closed several school buildings, and launched construction of crucial new facilities. The consolidation of former schools into new locations, however, created new problems of busing students longer distances over narrow, winding mountain roads. New programs of teacher training aided local educators in addressing issues of multi-generational poverty in McDowell County families. Often the school system had to work at educating and stimulating hope into more generations at a time. With the help of the state, the county school system has now returned to self-governance. In 2001 and 2002, horrific floods leveled many of the small towns within this county. Over 10 inches of rain fell during a period of 12 hours in many areas. Many towns were completely demolished by the violent flow of water which was channeled by the mountains and surrounding hills. Over 40 people died, or were declared dead after being listed as missing for over a year. In response to these economic and natural disasters, the churches of the region organized missions to support individuals and families in need. The largest non-denominational agency in the area, the Community Crossing, Inc., each year hosts and organizes numerous mission work teams from many parts of the United States. Another Christian relief and development agency, Mustard Seeds and Mountains, hosts work teams in the eastern quadrant of McDowell County in order to help local families with home repair. Kingdom First Missions is a Christian organization distributing food, clothing, shoes, and basic necessities to families in need. They are also hosting work teams for home repair and community cleanup projects. www.kingdomfirstmissions.com. Various citizens groups and public officials have worked diligently at proposals for the rebuilding of the McDowell County economy. In recent years, the county has developed profitable landfills, has lobbied for the construction of 2 major prisons, and has courted tourism related to popular new off-road vehicle trails through the mountains. North of the city of Welch, a massive mountaintop removal site is being developed as an industrial park. The site is also the designed location for the intersection of 2 proposed regional highways, the Coalfields Expressway and the King Coal Highway. The Norfolk Southern Railroad Corporation is bringing new construction to McDowell County, enlarging the tunnels and upgrading the capacity of its main rail line between Norfolk, Virginia and the Midwest. To date, however, the largest private employer in the county was the Walmart at Big 4. It closed permanently in late January 2016. It has been reported that 140 people lost their jobs. McDowell County is considered as one of the core counties in Appalachia on which the National War on Poverty focused. A national effort started during President Lyndon B. Johnson's administration. The town of Coalwood was the hometown of Homer Hickam, a NASA engineer whose life, starting from his teenage years, was documented in Rocket Boys, which was later made into the film October Sky. Geography. McDowell County, the southernmost county in West Virginia, is located at 37.37 degrees north, 81.65 degrees west, 37.37 minus 81.65. It is bordered by Tazewell County, Virginia, to the south, Buchanan County, Virginia, to the west, Mingo County to the northwest, Wyoming County to the north, and Mercer County to the east. The Appalachian Mountains determine most of the borders of the county. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, the county has a total area of 535 square miles, of which 533 square miles is land and 1.4 square miles is water. The county is roughly in the shape of a semicircle, with the border following the mountains around the county. Demographics. 2000 census. As of the census of 2010, there were 22,113 people, 9,176 households, and 6,196 families residing in the county. The population density was 42 square mi. There were 11,322 housing units at an average density of 21 square mi. The racial makeup of the county was 89.1% white, 9.5% black or African American, 0.2% Native American, 0.1% Asian, and 1.1% from two or more races. 0.4% of the population were Hispanic or Latino of any race. There were 9,176 households, out of which 22.5% had children under the age of 18 living with them. 48.1% were married couples living together. 13.9% had a female householder with no husband present, and 32.5% were non-families. 28.8% of all households were made up of individuals, and 12.4% had someone living alone who was 65 years of age or older. The average household size was 2.36 and the average family size was 2.86. In the county, the population was spread out with 22.2% under the age of 20, 5.5% from 20 to 24, 24.1% from 25 to 44, 44.2% from 45 to 64, and 16.6% who were 65 years of age or older. The median age was 44 years. The median income for a household in the county was $21,574, and the median income for a family was $27,605. Many had a median income of $25,994 versus $18,685 for women. The per capita income for the county was $12,004. About 29.1% of families and 34.5% of the population were below the poverty line, including 43.4% of those under age 18 and 23.3% of those age 65 or over. According to the most recent data on U.S. life expectancy, published in 2010 by the Institute for Health Metrics and Evaluation, a male in McDowell County could expect to live 63.3 years, the shortest for any county in the United States. Female life expectancy was 72.7 years, the second shortest following Perry County, Kentucky. The national average is 76.1 years for a male, and 80.8 years for a female. 2010 census. As of the 2010 United States Census, there were 22,113 people, 9,176 households, and 6,196 families residing in the county. The population density was 41.5 inhabitants per square mile. There were 11,322 housing units at an average density of 21.2 per square mile. The racial makeup of the county was 89.1% white, 9.5% black or African American, 0.2% American Indian, 0.1% Asian, 0.0% from other races, and 1.1% from two or more races. Those of Hispanic Latino origin made up 0.4% of the population. In terms of ancestry, of the 9,176 households, 28.7% had children under the age of 18 living with them, 48.1% were married couples living together, 13.9% had a female householder with no husband present, 32.5% were non-families, and 28.8% of all households were made up of individuals. The average household size was 2.36 and the average family size was 2.86. The median age was 43.8 years. The median income for a household in the county was $22,154 and the median income for a family was $28,413. Males had a median income of $31,229 versus $26,776 for females. The per capita income for the county was $12,955. About 27.5% of families and 32.6% of the population were below the poverty line, including 44.3% of those under age 18 and 20.1% of those age 65 or over. Politics, government, education. McDowell County Schools operates the county's public K-12 education system of 7 elementary schools, 2 middle schools, and 2 public high schools in McDowell County, including Mount View High School and Riverview High School. The county also has a private school, Welch Nazarene Christian Academy, which currently has 37 students enrolled. The current superintendent of schools is Nelson Spencer. McDowell County Schools were under state control as a takeover county from 2001 to 2013. Transportation. Major highways: U.S. Route 52. West Virginia Route 16, West Virginia Route 80, West Virginia Route 83, West Virginia Route 103, West Virginia Route 161, West Virginia Route 635. The West Virginia Division of Highways is currently trying to construct new highways, such as U.S. Route 121, known as the Coalfields Expressway. Airport. The county also had one airport, Welch Municipal Airport, which is now closed indefinitely. Communities. Cities: Gary, Keystone, War, Welch. Towns: Anawel, Bradshaw, Davie, Iaga, Kimball, North Fork,